As the number 3 pick and part of the famous Big Baller brand, LaMelo had quite a weight on his shoulders to perform. And when it didn't go perfectly right out of the gate, people started pointing fingers and whispering bust. But I had told people to give the kid some time to adjust. And adjust he has. Roaring into the starting lineup of the past 6 games, he's now showing his true talent on both sides of the ball, treating us to nightly highlights and celebrating the rise of LaMelo Ball. Hornets coach James Borrego actually unleashed Ball's talents 10 games ago when his minutes jumped up to over 30 a game. And since then, check these numbers, particularly from three-point range. To produce like this at only 19 years old, with a world of development and improvement ahead of him, means he's on the path to being a perennial all-star and the best of the Ball brothers. First, let's look at his floater game, since it's extremely mature for someone so young. He likes to utilize the delayed Euro step to get around defenders who cut him off and think they've got him well defended. It's based on getting contact and bumping the defender back a step before stepping through with the inside foot and rising up and shooting it one-handed with a pullback and distinct lack of follow-through. He also likes to jump off of 2 feet staggered in rhythm, giving him a solid and balanced base to rise up from as far back as 15 feet. Again, notice the arm pullback after release so as not to propel it too hard with all the momentum generated by the drive. The footwork is a great way to quick release the floater, since it mimics running towards the hoop but allows him to lift off the ground quickly the second he realizes he's got space and a clear sight of the basket, again from as far out as the free throw line. When analyzing the Hornets' half-court offense, you realize LaMelo splits his time from being the traditional point guard to a traditional off guard, and this variation just makes him harder to guard. And it's his left hand finishing that leads to his most impressive shots around the hoop. This time, he gets the traditional point guard role with the high ball screen. He puts his defender in jail first, like an experienced veteran, then goes off both feet from just inside the free throw line with a double clutch lefty scoop on the way down with soft touch. The Hornets love to run Spain pick and roll for him, where they back screen the ball screener's man. The defense almost gets this right as Rozier's man switches onto the ball, Zeller's man drops down into the lane, and Drew would pick up Rozier popping out. However, the slight hesitation invites the bad closeout. Ball is right by him for another gorgeous lefty off the 2-foot split jump on the way down. A huge key to increasing your performance like LaMelo has done is getting the proper rest, and it would no doubt help you with your life as well. And that's why I need to tell you about my friends over at OneClock. They've developed an analog clock that is as much a piece of art as it is a functional household object. But the best part of OneClock is how it wakes you from sleep. They understand how loud, jarring sounds can create stress and impact the nervous system. OneClock has music composed by a Grammy Award-winning musician that gently builds in melody, tempo, and intensity to lift you from your sleep, with the volume increasing over 20 seconds. You've got to check it out. They've launched a Kickstarter. You can pre-order it at a great discount, but you've only got 2 weeks left to get in on this deal. So change the way you wake up for the better, and you'll feel more comfortable the rest of the day. Just like LaMelo has gotten so comfortable on the court, he's starting to hunt out mismatches off the pick and roll. As Lopez switches onto him after the solid screen was set, he hits him with a Harden-esque ISO, the crossover gets him to the basket, and the stretch with the left leaves the long shot blocker a step behind on another gorgeous finish with the left. He does the same thing with Miles Turner, who's also an exceptional shot blocker, and he hits him with a shot fake off the dribble hezzy, then is by him in 2 steps. Even though the help is there, he elevates through contact, and there's that left-handed finish again, strong. And in transition, look how aggressive he is attacking the smaller defender, finishing through contact with the left hand to get the and one. They've also unlocked some easy scores out of another set they love to run, Horns. With a double high post, Ball's been running pinch post action with Zeller, following his pass back for the handoff, and he's just too tall to guard him with a little guy. That same set can be used to generate a ball screen for him with the same result. The flare screen to the weak side confused the defense and opened up a direct line to the hoop for the layup. His unique style to the rim enables him to freeze defenders often, Rudy can't tell if he's going to tomahawk this into the basket, dump it off to Biyombo on the baseline, or just double clutch it right over the front of the rim. In this most recent 10-game stretch, he's shooting over 6 threes a game and nailing 41% of them, mostly as an off-ball guard spotting up in catch-and-shoot situations. After entering the ball to Hayward, they set a back screen for him in a Princeton action to the left corner. This lets Hayward get a pick and roll out top, draw the double team, and hit the short roll. On the corner lift, Ball lets this one fly right into the basket. Out of their horn sets, he can also enter the ball to the high post, and in more pinch post action, follow the pass back for the handoff, and if the defender is foolish enough to go underneath, he's letting it fly every time. While this shot is a bit unorthodox, with its low release that is a bit reminiscent of Lonzo's shot when he entered the league, he's got better rhythm with the timing of his legs, which you should notice do not straighten fully on his jump. This is primarily because his low set point allows him to generate a lot of power from the arms and wrist snap, so he's wary of adding too much additional power from a big leg jump. This looks to me to be sustainable and repeatable, and might actually help him in the fourth quarter when he doesn't need to rely on his legs as much in case he is fatigued from a lot of minutes. Here's another progression out of horns. The ball screen flare screen Borrego has them run a lot. Notice how Ball never really stops moving, searching out the open area of the court and being generally hard to guard until he finds the catch and shoot from the corner. He added a lot more height to his jump on this one as the defender was running and contesting in the air, and he tempers the extra power by adding a lot more arc. Good calibration leads to the ball dropping perfectly through the net. But that's not where all the fun is, folks. Watching his field goal percentage rise through the first quarter of the season has been gratifying, but it's the passing that we have to spotlight. This is where he's most like his brother. Since high school, they've been throwing all manner of at least 50-foot passes to teammates streaking down the court, be it touchdown passes for open layups or vicious alley-oops to Miles Bridges, one of Ball's favorite targets, and for good reason. The guy can jump out of the gym and just destroy the rim with vicious displays of athletic prowess that make me cower in fear. This is the kind of stuff that reminds you of Magic Johnson, as he's a bigger guard that can not only spot the cutters open down court, but can deliver the ball on time and on target, utilizing the airspace above the court better than most. And he's only 19 years old. In fact, you can see his influence on his teammates as these types of passes are becoming more common for more and more players on the roster. As sprinters know, the effort will be rewarded with a strike from 50 feet away, generating easy buckets and leading them to be ranked 9th in transition in the NBA, helping their overall offense stay around average at 19th in offensive rating. That said, over the last 10 games, their offensive ranking is 11th in the league, clearly an uptick from LaMelo's larger influence due to more playing time. He's extremely deceptive with his eye gaze. Watch how he checks to see where Hayward is in the trail position, then focuses on the rim, knowing he can go behind the back to dump it off to Gordon, having drawn Holiday out of position. Same thing here. He clocks PJ Washington's speed and angle to the rim for 2 steps, then stares right at the rim to make Allen think he's shooting a shot. The defender flies by, the alley-oop is up, and Washington easily drops the hammer. He does something similar to lure the defender to him by gazing right to the rim as he throws a no-look alley-oop on the money for the nice lefty finish from high-flying Bridges. In the half court, he can also be dazzling as he uses the threat of his shot to get by the closeout, and then watch how he gets his hand underneath the ball, indicating a shot, but then just lets it go, right to Zeller for the finish. Another pass in the same family as he again shows the ball and glances at the rim, getting his man off his feet, into the lane, lifts the ball over to his shoulder height, then flicks the wrist behind the ball to propel it to Zeller for another strong finish. His ball manipulation is so unique that defenses get confused easily. Here's a drive and he moves the ball in a circle before dumping off to Biyombo on the baseline side of the help defense. The offense helps augment his vision. Remember the Spain pick and roll I mentioned earlier? Here, the back screen serves as a runway for Bridges and a Sports Center highlight. Wow! While the overall defensive rankings haven't budged since Ball's increase in minutes, we've been able to witness how his high basketball IQ leads to steals. As his man Grayson Allen cuts through to the weak side, he immediately recognizes the action is at the left wing with the pick and roll, slowly bouncing back towards Allen, but realizing the help from Bridges means the defense is exposed under the hoop and sneaking into the passing lane for the steal. While he does get beat middle by TJ McConnell, he instantly recognizes the help off the corner shooter, gets his hand in the passing lane, and eliminates a surefire open shot. In transition, he knows Donovan Mitchell is his man, but he quickly recognizes Biyombo way out of position, and with his height, can step in and knock away the lob that would have normally been a surefire 2 points. He's also got very quick hands, a 6'9" wingspan, and can snatch the ball from would-be ball handlers and passers in an instant, so don't think he's not contributing on the defensive end. LaMelo Ball's sudden increase in minutes and opportunities has not only led to a surge in box score production, including becoming the youngest player in the NBA to ever record a triple-double, but the team has won 6 of the last 10 games, a considerably higher winning percentage compared to the 18 games before that. As a result, the Hornets are firmly in the playoff hunt, where they haven't been to for 5 years, and with a few more tweaks and upgrades, Charlotte fans just might have something really worthwhile to celebrate in a few years. If you like this video, you're going to love my new YouTube membership. There are 3 tiers to choose from, all with tremendous bonus content, including private watch parties. Join me for the next time these two play, and you can come on the show as well. You in?